The Animation Creator HD app is available on the App Store for $3.99 in America. First, you need to open the app. Once it opens, it should look like this, and list 2 projects here as your reference. I'd like you guys to explore some options that the app provides. So, on the top right, there's a clock icon. Hit it. If you want, you can change a few settings before starting a new project. I would recommend to use the default setting as you are first using this app. On the bottom right, there is a wind icon. Hit it, and you will see some options like editor, pick, popular, creative, something like that. This is a good platform to see others' animation videos. It definitely will inspire you. During your rest time, you can watch them if you want. So if you don't want to watch them, you can hit the icon on the bottom left. Then you will see a bar on the left. On the top left, you will see the exit icon. Hit it and you leave this section. So to open a new project, select the cross symbol on the top left corner. This will give you a few options of what size you want. Good one to go with is the 1920 x 1080 because it works better when you put it in an editing program such as iMovie. After you've selected that, a new project should just slide into the menu. You will get a bunch of options which are not important now, but I will go through it later. For now, just tap Edit Animation. Once you've opened it up, it should look like this, the whiteboard. Basically, you would not see tools. You gotta tap the upward arrow on the bottom right corner. Once you've tapped it, it should look like this, the tools on the bottom and on the top. I'm gonna go through each tool. On the top, the first icon is the exit button, which obviously takes you back to the menu. The second is the stroke button. The option can vary in here depending on the types of drawing tool you use. You can just play with these different drawing tools. There are some stroke types you can try, and the paint load, which is like when you use a real paint brush. Fade in and fade up, as you can see in here. The opacity from opaque to clear, and the width of tool, which is measured in pixels. I normally go with the 4 to 6 because it works best. The third is color, which has 3 sections, the wheel, the sliders, and the palette. Each of these allows you to select the color for the tool you are using in a way best suited for you. So the palette is a good one if you just need a basic color like black. The fourth is tool, which are what you use to draw and help move your animation. These range from paint brushes, spray cans, and paint cans. You can create lines, shapes, and rotate the figures, even insert of your photos. The fifth is audio. This is where you can insert sound effects to frames. The sixth is the backdrop. The options here are the same as the one in color, except you can also insert a photo from your camera roll, take a picture, or use the current frame as the background. The seventh is the layer, which allows you to move certain parts of an animation without changing it altogether. I will demo it later. The final tool is help. Down the bottom of the screen, there are a few other tools as well as a long white bar. The white bar allows you to scroll through the frame easily. The other buttons include frames, which goes to this and allows you to change the orders of the frames. Second, play, which lets you have a quick preview of your animation put together. And you can also adjust the frames per second. Delete, you can get rid of the individual frames. Duplicate, you can duplicate up to the 10 frames at a time. Other buttons include the undo and redo buttons on the top left and right corners. Add, you can add a new frame. Back and forward, you can see the frames back and forward. Now, I'm gonna show you how to make an animation. It is a very simple animation. So first step, I'm gonna make a background. I am just doing this quick because I want to show you guys how to do it. You can make anything you like, whatever colors, that is gonna be your background. Now, it is important here, backdrop. I'm gonna tap on the backdrop, hit photo, and I'm gonna hit current frame. By doing that, this is your background for whole animation. Every frame that you make is going to have this background in it. Okay, my next step is I need to make a figure. I don't want them in the same layer, so I'm going to hit layers and add a layer. See the red outline, which means you are working on it now, the background. If you click on the layer which is above, that means you are working on this layer now. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw my figure. I'm just making a stick figure. I'm drawing it a little quick because I just want to show you guys how to do it. Next step, before you doing anything else, if you go to the bottom here and you are gonna hit duplicate. On the bottom left corner, there are numbers. That means you have like how many frames in your animation. It is important that whenever you do something and you want to keep it, you just hit duplicate. My next step is go up here to the tools and I'm gonna click on the tool, which allows me to move things. I'm using the tool, moving a little tiny bit that goes image back of them. As soon as I've moved it, I want to duplicate it. We've duplicated as soon as you've done anything now. Keep doing that. I can get this person to move a little bit. Don't forget to check the frames. Let's say I want him to put his arms up like waving his hand. I'm gonna use the eraser and I'm gonna erase this guy's arm. Now I'm gonna use the pencil tool or the brush tool. I'm gonna redraw these arms up and I'm gonna hit duplicate. If you want to make a sound effect for your animation, you can record your voice or use the default. So now I'm gonna to record my voice as this guy waving his hand and singing. Hit the audio button, which is located on the top of the fifth icon. As you see here, the record button, hit it and it shows up her record sound clip. The green button means play and the red button means start to record your sound. So I'm gonna hit the red round icon and it is recording now. If you want to stop, just hit the blue square. If you are done with that, you can see how long the sound clip is in the top right. You can play your sound if you hit green button. If you like this sound, you can hit save on the bottom left and name sound clip. Once you named this sound clip, hit save. Then you can see sound in the order. You can play it, add it to the frames or cancel it. So I'm gonna add it to the frames. What ends up happening when you hit play It's going to it at 24 frames per second, which is way too fast. So you need to dial it back to maybe 8 frames per second and hit play. And you are gonna see this guy appears to move. This only works if you make a backdrop and the person in a separate layer. If you want to save your video, you are going to hit the exit button and you are going to click on this video, and if you scroll down you are gonna see video to photo library. That is how you save your video and to your iPad. And scroll up, you can see the loop count. If you want the story to keep repeating itself over, and you might want to loop it like 2 or 3 times, and then you are going to hit export. Once you do that, it is going to save the video to your iPad. Once you save the video, you can upload to your Google Classroom.